Do I not have a plan? Did I wake up an hour ago? All things worth considering.
Bro, I woke up,
Right.
and then I woke up, ate breakfast, drank some coffee, and then I mowed the lawn, and I watered plants. Oh yeah, boys. I don't know how into Minecraft you are these days, but the Haven has an SMP, and a bunch of us have been playing on it. So if you're looking for it,
I am actually. That sounds sick.
yeah, all you gotta, if you just go into the Haven, there's a Minecraft chat. If you just type your username, CJ will add you to it. It's a Minecraft Realm server, so it's really easy to get on.
Oh.
I've been playing on it too. But I've only been, because I've been so busy lately, I've only been able to play it for like an hour a day at most.
Who do I at? CJ?
Yeah, just at CJ and just tell him your username so that you can,
Right.
and then, because he has to add you.
Hello, everyone. Oh, let me pull up that image. Okay, so today we are here for the Yoinky Sploinky lower bracket finals. Now, you might be wondering, why are we doing it at this time instead of Saturday at 1 p.m.? Well, Gianni had overtime with work, and we kind of last minute put this time together because all three of the big organizers are busy with work and school, but we're committed to the tournament. Don't worry about that. So today we have the again lower bracket finals. So these are two of the top 3 players in the tournament. The other one already waiting in the finals. We have actually a perfect split among the best 3 of 1 Zerg in the finals, me, 1 Protoss of Will, and 1 Terran of G-Man. So, no matter what, we have a 1-1-1 split among the top 3, and you'll love to see that. But today, we have the fated match of Will versus Gianni. And you might be like, why is it a fated match? It's like, well, there are 2 Yoinky Sploinkies, and this is the 3rd time these guys play. They play on average more than once a tournament. I'm also solo casting just to start. My co-caster is getting lunch at the moment. Will be a little delayed, but I can solo cast for a bit. And I guess I'm just going to start to pull these guys in for the interviews. And I'm going to start with Gianni because he's higher up on my OBS screen. So let's grab this guy, move to this call. Hello, Gianni.
Yo.
So, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. The sun is beaming through my windows.
Oh, causing a glare?
And, I'm feeling good. Feeling good about today's game.
Oh, okay. So, your opponent Will, what are your general thoughts on him? In terms of StarCraft, you know, I don't really care how you feel.
Will is a dastardly Protoss player.
It's true.
He really likes to do his DTs and his Reavers and various other drops. Okay. He's pretty he's a very good player where he's definitely a little better than me. But I think he's definitely a little better than me, but I think but I've taken games off him before, so I think there's a lot that can happen here in today's game.
All right. I like that attitude. So, what is one strategy that you're afraid of Will doing against you?
I'm sure it's gonna come at some point, but he's probably gonna try like a Reaver drop or a DT drop right on my workers. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try my best to prepare for it. But you know, even if there's turrets, he can always just like suicide in with the shuttle.
Mm-hmm. Although if you kill it fast enough, it won't unload the Reaver, and you get like a free kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. So the last time you officially played Will in Yoinky Sploinky was the lower bracket finals, and Yoinky Sploinky won, where Will won 3-1. What has changed since that game?
Both of us have gotten a lot better. I've gotten a lot better in other areas. My worker count still needs some work. But
I say that again. But that's true for most players in Yoinky Sploinky.
Yeah, but a lot has changed. A lot in terms of play style also, and just refining our builds and our counters.
Okay.
And our unit micro. So, you know, I think it'll be the same but more hype. All
right. I'm looking forward to it. And the last game you played versus a Protoss was versus Venez. If Will were to study that game, do you think that it would give him any tips on how you're going to play for today?
Yeah, because I didn't really make any turrets in my bases to protect against drops. So he's probably gonna do a lot of drops, if I'm gonna guess. He probably knows that I go pretty crazy with my mine, so he's gonna be very careful with observers and dragoons. So I'm not gonna get any free mine kills like I did against Venice.
Mm-hmm.
But
you never know. Mines are kind of like the miracle worker,
they kind of are.
especially in Yoinky Splinky.
Yeah.
Okay, so the map order is Optimizer, Eclipse, Fighting Spirit, Blue Storm, Apocalypse. What are your general thoughts on this?
I was hoping Blue Storm. I'm pretty okay with all of that. And then Blue Storm and Apocalypse are my least favorites.
Okay.
In the map pool. Blue Storm Blue Storm because the crack at the natural. Zealots can fit through that, but Vultures cannot. So I feel like in TVP that's a really big disadvantage for the Terran.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really don't like that. And there's a lot of high ground. You have to like push up to leave your base and get all your units out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing for Apocalypse because I feel like especially for Terran, it's hard to push up high ground as Terran.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true, but
because for something like Protoss or Zerg, it's a lot more melee units. Mm-hmm. So high ground doesn't really matter that much if it's melee units going up the ramp anyway.
That's true.
But for Terran, which is pretty much all range units, it's
literally all range units.
Yeah, it's
even
hard
the
to
SCV and Firebat are technically ranged, not melee.
But yeah, so it's a lot harder for Terran to get consistent vision up high ground and push up, and then push out. So Terran kind of has to fight just to leave his base.
Yeah, but you're generally pretty happy with the order.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, as a little more casual question, what's your favorite unit that's not a Terran unit? It could either be like you like to fight it, or when you play that race, you like to make it. It could be whatever.
I'm torn between the Dark Archon and the Infested Terran.
Both good choices.
Because they're very unconventional units, but when you see them, especially in YSC, I get so hyped when someone pulls them out. And I think people in YSC should use them more, frankly. I know they're technically not good, but they are hype.
That's true. Okay, and now final question. What would you do with the Yoinky Splinky prize pool if you won the tournament?
I'd probably spend most of it on drugs.
You know, fair question. Alright, do you have any last words for your fans?
I'm the ghost with the most.
Alright, you'll love to see it. Well, good luck on your games. And I'm gonna launch you back to the... I don't know, you want to go to general or competitors call?
Oh, I got this.
Oh, okay, you got it? Alright. Well, there you have it, folks. That was the interview from G-Man. I think he said a lot of stuff which is technically true. Like, I would generally agree that Will is slightly better than Gianni. However, I think Gianni might be underestimating himself a little bit. Both Gianni and Will have been busy with school and work. Or I guess work and school, respectively. Gianni work, Will school. So they're both a little out of shape, so I think that might give Gianni a higher chance than usual, or than he might be feeling. But enough about that, we can talk about that when the game gets on. Now let's interview the other competitor, the final Protoss, Will. Hello, Will.
Hello.
Alright, so, how are you doing today?
Doing alright. Haven't had breakfast. That's okay.
Okay. You think that's going to impact your play?
Hypothetically. But
oh, okay.
I think I'll be okay.
Okay, alright. So, Your opponent's a Gianni. What are your general thoughts on him?
I think Gianni's pretty good. Actually, I think Gianni's very good. He is, I could say, crafty Terran, but he's a skilled Terran.
He's a Terran's Terran.
He's a Terran's Terran. He's an Artosis fan. We could say that.
True.
That's really
says
all
everything.
you need to know. I'm not sure. Do I comment on his playstyle?
Yeah, now's the time.
I'm not really sure what his playstyle is. I think it's a slow and steady expansion, build up to a high amount of supply, hopefully take a good engagement on the Protoss army, and then just march across the map, siege up outside the Protoss natural, and win the game. That's usually what he goes for. He's not really one... Actually, I was gonna say he's not one to hide bases. He may sometimes be someone to hide bases, but I'd be surprised if he did that during our games, because I'm usually pretty good at checking. I don't know. I'm excited for this game. I hope it's gonna be entertaining. I wonder what's gonna happen in this game myself. I'm not entirely sure.
So, what's one strategy that you're afraid of Gianni doing?
That I'm afraid of him doing?
Yeah.
Maybe like a vulture drop in main would probably throw me off. I think a vulture drop in main. Maybe like fast expansions, like a risky fast expansions. Although I'm not sure that'd really work. I'm usually, I think just like solid good harassment.
Okay. So the last official game you had versus Gianni was the Yoinky Splinky 1 lower bracket finals, where you won 3-1. Has anything changed since then, or are you expecting a similar score?
I will say, I think I am expecting a similar score. Things have changed, but I am expecting a similar score. Gianni's gotten better, but I think I've gotten a little better too. We're both pretty busy in real life, so we're both a little rusty. We're maybe not as good as we were 1 month ago, but we're pretty sharp.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
And I think these games are probably going to get more interesting after each one.
All right.
Game 1 might be the
least
least interesting.
And
then as we both get in the zone, I think it's going to get more intense.
Okay. So the last time you played versus a Terran was Vignette. Is that match any indication on how you plan on playing today?
No, it is not. Spoiler alert, I will not be doing the Royal Stove today. Although that would be some crazy shit, huh? No, I don't think I could get away with it. Although, now that you mention the idea, I'm really into it. We'll have to see.
Okay. So the map order is Optimizer, Eclipse, Fighting Spirit, Bluestorm, Apocalypse. What are your general thoughts on it?
The map order? I picked the Optimizer because I think the Protoss getting a lot of gas could lead to a lot of maybe carrier play, arbiter play, lots of spellcasters. The Terran will have more tanks, I believe, which is a little worrying. But I think the center of this map's like kind of wide open. I don't know. I like my odds. There's a lot of expansions the Protoss can kind of easily take. And again, there's also expansions the Terran can easily take. But I don't know. We'll see how this game goes. Will it end quick before the double gases even come into play, or is this going to be like a long 30 to 40 minute struggle? I'm not too sure.
Okay. So now, what is your favorite unit that's not a Protoss unit?
Favorite unit that's not a Protoss unit?
Or, I mean, Gianni gave one favorite for each of the other races. Maybe you could do something like that.
Alright, my favorite Zerg unit is Probably the Hydra, maybe the Lurker.
Both good picks. Both good picks.
And then my favorite Terran unit is not the battlecruiser. Let's see. It's easy to do Terran by saying like what it isn't. Probably the siege tank. I mean, come on. How is it? Like, how would you not pick the siege tank? Siege tank's a god tier.
All right. All right. Now, if you were to win Yoinky Splinky 2, what would you do with the prize money?
What would I do with the prize money? I'd buy 2 glizzies at least.
Dang. Okay. Okay. And now, do you have any final words for your fans?
Lock in and follow for more.
All right.
I have
all
more
right.
glizzy tips.
Well, good luck. I'm gonna move you back to play Gianni. And I look forward to the games.
All right. I'll try to.
Oh, I totally just cut him off. My bad. But regardless, here we are. I think the two players both said a lot that I kind of agree with. I think Will is generally favored. However, I would not be surprised if Gianni even won. I feel like... Alright, the game is ready. So we will... I'm not lobby host. We're getting into game 1 on Optimizer, so I'll talk about it a little bit there. But I think Will's probably a little rustier than Gianni is. And Gianni is generally, I think, this is, I think, Gianni's best matchup. And I don't think this is Will's best matchup, so we'll have to see. But here we are starting off the purple Terran in the top left on Optimizer, Gianni. And we have cross spawns with the green Protoss in the bottom right, Will. So what exactly is cross spawns? I feel like that's a term that we say a lot, but new players might not know. It's when they start diagonally across from each other on a 4-player map. And you might think, why is this so important? Well, there's a build that Protoss can do called the Nexus First, where it's technically not Nexus First because you make a pylon like Will's doing now, but then you go up to, I think, 12 supply on workers, and then you get a Nexus down really quick. And it's a very strong build because if the Terran doesn't scout it and doesn't punish the early greed from Protoss, at high level, it's considered just the Protoss wins. Now, we're not a high enough level where I'd say Will gets a free win. I definitely think Will could make some mistakes, or Gianni could do some unexpected moves, and kind of steal the game, quote-unquote. But regardless, it doesn't look like Will's going for a Nexus First. Instead, he's doing I think that was a 10 or 11 gate, which seems pretty normal. Gianni's doing kind of like a pseudo wall here. I think it was probably 9 depot, 11 racks, which again, everything's lining up for both players as just standard openings. Also, they have similar scout patterns, but Will was a little earlier. Actually, this is interesting. Will's going for an end scout, where it's like you go up and then you scout diagonally and then you'd go up again. He's probably just a little scared of Gianni proxying something in the middle of the map. The workers saw each other, but I don't think either noticed. And because Will did this, I think, a slightly unorthodox scout pattern, Gianni's going to scout him first. And if I were Gianni, I don't think there's anything that would really tip me off as being weird. Will has his assimilator done, but he's not mining gas. Right, there he goes, so a little late with that. So he's not actually going to be able to have a goon in time, I think. No, never mind. Goons cost, I think, 25 gas. But that's like low-key a guess. It might be 50. But regardless, he's going to have gas in time. I do want to also point out for Optimizer, both players took the Vespene Geyser above their command center. And that's the right move, because there are two geysers. One has 4,000 gas, the other has 1,000 gas. And the one with 1,000 gas is, at least I believe, always on the bottom. Will's probe sees the factory timing, sees the bunker, sees that he's probably not going to be able to get any early harass done, so he just pulls his scout out and saves him from the Marines. Nicely done from him. Meanwhile, Gianni's scout is hiding, and the zealot completely missed him. I don't know if Will actually saw him or not, but if Gianni can come in to scout again to see that there's no range being upgraded, that would be good for him. Because right now, like, what's Will doing with all this 300 gas? If I'm Gianni and I scout no range and you have no goon, I'm thinking DT. Hello, Amy Allis. It's good to see everyone here today, and the semifinals here. I think Gianni's kind of missing his window to come in for the rescout here. But also, Will definitely saw the SCV. He had to. There's no way. Yeah, okay, and Gianni comes in, sees another pylon going down, sees the cyber core spinning. That's probably for range. There's a chance that's for air weapon, and then he cancels it. He sees 3 zealots, and if I'm Gianni, I'm kind of thinking, like, why do you have 3 zealots? That's weird. Normally protoss gets a zealot, maybe 2, and then goons. Actually, they might even just go 0. 0 zealots and straight goons. Because zealots in the early game don't really do anything if you're not putting pressure on with them. But meanwhile, let's look at Gianni's base. He has the eBay done in time, lifting the barracks to get this vulture out on the map. He's got 2 factories, one with the machine shop that's spinning. Knowing Gianni, it's probably mines. So I'm just going to have this vulture clicked on to keep an eye out. And things are going pretty normal. A 2 factory before expansion is kind of a late expansion from Gianni, but I think all things considered, that's alright. And yeah, mines just finished. We can see now here this vulture has 3 mines. I also want to do a call out. Look, Gianni's SCV is here. So if Gianni... Okay, yeah, now he sees this move out. So he knows that something's coming across the map. Oh, hello?
Hello.
Alright, everyone. We now are joined by our second commentator here, Vignette. How are you doing?
Good. Doing swell.
Yeah, we are 5 minutes into game 1. Hold on. There's a fight happening on our screen share. Will's getting completely wrecked by these mines. He lost all of his zealots, and I think he killed 1 vulture. But 3 zealots for 1 vulture is not a trade you want to make. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, now I'm gonna
you wanna share your screen or something?
Yeah,
so
I got you.
Commentate?
Alrighty.
Alright.
So, Gianni has an academy down. He has some missile turrets. This turret placement isn't bad, but it's like, this is single-player campaign turret missile placement. It's very aesthetic how it is, you know? It's not like... I would expect them crammed in here behind the mineral lines, or kind of by the factories.
It's not the most efficient, but it still, like, kind of defends that mineral line a little bit.
Yeah, it's...
But, like, if Will went, like, mass carriers or something, that's just kind of getting torn apart.
Yeah, but also turrets don't really do anything versus mass carrier. And, like, those are anti-drop turrets. But a problem... Oh, Will's taking... Interesting. Will's taking his gas at his at his main before the one at his natural. So he's going up to... Oh, now he's taking it. So he's going up to 3 assimilators very quickly. He already has a buttload of gas, but so does Gianni. And Gianni's expansion is just so late compared to Will's. But I guess at the end of the day, it's okay. Also, I do want to point out, I'm so glad Gianni got this turret here between the assimilator and the academy, because otherwise Will could have kept a shuttle here and just dropped a Reaver or a DT or something and kind of had zone control over half the mineral line.
But what if he drops it, like, by the supply depots?
Yeah, he still could do that, but that's far enough away where, like, you gotta protect your workers. Yeah, the supply depots are something you don't want to lose, but you'd rather lose supply depots than workers. And speaking
I mean, if he just, like, if he drops it there and just kind of runs to the left, straight to the workers, if Will doesn't see that fast enough, or if Gianni doesn't see that fast enough, then he kind of just loses his guys.
That's true. So Gianni scanned, he saw the robotics facility, and he saw Will going up to 5 gateways, but he didn't see any, like, crazy tech. He didn't see a Stargate or a Citadel or anything like that, so I think Gianni's relatively happy with that scan. Also, Will is fully mining from this top area. It looks like he wants to mine out this ramp. Oh, and Gianni, it looks like he's going for a slow push. Yeah, Gianni generally does this kind of slow push style, siege, unsiege, take a shot on the goons and scare them away. Will backing up, respecting the tanks and knowing that he can't take this fight. He does have a lot of goons, but I still wouldn't feel comfortable taking this fight. He might win it, but it all depends on mines.
Yeah, I don't know if Gianni might necessarily like fully move out across the map yet, but he's definitely...
Yeah, I think he's probably trying to get this like choke area so he can take this base up here. That's if I had to guess.
Because I think he definitely has the... Unless Will moves up the rest of his dragoons there, Gianni can definitely... Oh, never mind.
And Will does have an observer. He did go Robo for observer, and now comes the Citadel. So it doesn't look like it's going to be Reavers. Instead, it's going to be like Templar tech, Zealot speed, and that's just very standard. Gianni scans for a 3rd base location. Actually, like ninja scan. Like the fact that, like, I'm sure you can attest, it's like trying to guess where bases are with scans is kind of hard. So like, good on him for doing that.
You always get like half the mineral field.
Yeah. Okay, that's an observer. I thought that might be a probe, maybe. Will eyeing up a 3rd. Currently it's 2 base versus 2 base, but Will does now have a path to the safe little 3rd area here, which, by the way, Gianni could lift a command center and float it down there, which like I would probably do if I were him, or just focus on mining these minerals out. Either way, I think Gianni's being a little too bold here. He doesn't have any mines or anything to get in the way of these tanks. I think if there's a fight, I think Will can kind of just like win.
Yeah, if Will just takes everything he has and just kind of goes to Gianni's base, he can just kind of go either through or like kind of...
these are some nice mines. Yeah, Gianni... Will's giving Gianni, I think, a little too much respect. I feel like he's just going to fly his observer over and be like, wait, you only have 4 tanks? Oh, and this? I don't know about this.
Ooh, oh, yeah, that's...
I like sending 1 vulture here, but, like, Will's going to pounce on these tanks.
Yeah.
Or at least he should. And Will's now taking his 3rd.
Gianni splitting up his army like this isn't the best idea.
Yeah. Gianni's going up to 6 factories. Leg speed just finished on those Zealots. And Will's still not getting any more tech. He has +1 weapons. Gianni has 0/0. And yeah, look. This is why you can't send all of your vultures out. Oh yeah, Gianni, at least the mines see. So Gianni's going to back away and hopefully... Oh no, not like this, not like this. Okay.
I was about to say, Gianni has enough mines where he can run away but not take the fight.
Oh, Gianni's crazy. He's got 5 tanks. That's he has a lot of vultures, but
Will's taking the bait though. He's running away.
Yeah, I mean, Will might just be getting Gianni out of position for... Oh, I thought that was a shuttle, but no, it's just an observer.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. Will's giving Gianni a lot of respect. We can definitely see... I feel like this is kind of the sign of Will being a little rusty. I feel like if he was a little more practiced... Oh, crazy mines there. A little late siege. Oh, Gianni, you can't move the vultures out. Okay, alright. Things have stabilized. That was a good engage from Gianni, because the supply Will lost way more supply than Gianni did. And when was the last time Will played? Officially, it was versus me. I don't actually know when he practiced. But Gianni has no turrets by his factories either, so Will could just float an observer over and see everything.
Yeah.
And actually, this observer's on patrol. It's scouting, like, all 3 of these bases, which is very smart.
He's seeing that Gianni hasn't expanded yet.
Yeah. And here comes Gianni. This is starting to get a little scary for Will. But never mind, Gianni moved up a little too greedily. No mines in support of these. And I think he's going to try to save what he can, but...
No, those are huge losses.
Yeah, I think that was really bad. Gianni was in an alright spot, and then he was a little too greedy, and now he's behind.
Will can push up now, because, I mean, he sees that Gianni hasn't taken the third, like, beneath his base, so Will can kind of just walk up a little more and just kind of start to make kind of a death contain.
Yeah, I mean, what Will can do is, since he's trying to hold the map, like, vertically, he could expand to this natural and start to mine out these minerals to give him another path up to Gianni's natural.
He can even expand to that third, like right there.
And Gianni scanning again, trying to look for bases. And he finally finds Will's third here in the mid-right, which is a good third to pick. And Will's getting a second forge. And finally his Templar upgrade. Oh, he's getting air upgrades on his cybernetics core. That's interesting, especially because he doesn't have a single Stargate yet. So I wonder if this is for carrier or for arbiters, or maybe it's just armor for observers and shuttles. I don't know. I know I heard stories that back in the day there used to be like a foreign protoss, and by foreign I mean non-Korean, so like not super pro level protoss, who would research +1 attack for his arbiters. So the Terran would scan the cybernetics core, see that it was researching, and then be like, oh, he's going carriers, when instead it's actually just arbiters.
That would be, yeah.
And that's a good mind game, but also I'm not sure these players are at the level to be checking cybernetics cores. And we'll just diffusing all these mines. As a Terran, this is very discouraging, but like, you gotta do it, you know.
Gianni needs like a vessel or even like missile turrets so he can take down these observers. Because
Gianni really could just start making missile turrets out on the map.
He should. I mean, because with one observer,
I think this is all buildable terrain, but I don't know.
I don't know actually. I've never played on this map in the tournament, so
oh,
yeah.
Really?
I mean,
oof. No one has. This is the least played map in all of Yoinky Splinky.
But yeah, look at that. Just one observer and 7 dragoons, and he's kind of just eating up Gianni's whole minefields. And
well, because this observer scouted this command center, Gianni's gonna have to cancel. He luckily does get the cancel and is gonna save this SCV and these vultures, which is good, even though I don't think any of these vultures have mines. Yeah, none of them do, so they don't matter too much. But like, you don't want to. You can repair them, but you don't want to lose them for nothing. Regardless. Oh, Will, don't move up without an observer.
I think he's smart enough not to.
Wait, I hope, but you never know. What?
Oh my god! Wait, how many mines are there? Go back.
Oh, here? Yeah,
damn.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
I think mines technically count as buildings, so you can't like grab and see how many there are, but it's like, that's like at least 10. It's gotta be. I'm not gonna count to prove myself wrong. Instead, I'm just gonna not show it, and everyone will know I'm right.
He's getting some Goliaths out, so he's expecting to see some. Wait, did he scout the?
Gianni again looking. I think Gianni knows that Will's only on 3 base. And right now they're both on 1-1 upgrades. With Gianni's 2-2, only one of the +2s on the way. Hopefully it's attack. I forget the, oh, there we go. Finally, he can kill some observers. But I don't know the exact threshold it hits, but I know +2 attack is apparently super important for tanks in this matchup. But again, I forget why. But regardless, a 3-3 Terran is way better than a 0-0 Terran. And it's way better than a 3-3 Protoss.
Yeah.
Like, Terran with upgrades is so much better than Protoss with upgrades. So one of the win conditions of Gianni is to just get to 200 supply and 3-3 upgrades.
I just I like you highlighting the Ursidon out of nowhere.
Yeah, I just do it as a habit. I like clicking on things. Gianni did
cute.
see these, they are cute. Gianni saw these goons. Oh, all these goons are so dead. I guess he heard the tank sieging. I don't know what was going on there. But either way, like, miracle pullout from Will. If he
Will
lost all
expanded.
those goons, that would be bad. And yeah, he's expanding down here, which is
That was-
good because like he's mined out.
I
Not
was just
like
about to say,
right away, but almost.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we're almost 19 minutes in, and neither of them have expanded in a while. Like, Will has been on 3 base for a while, and Gianni
Turning
never.
Gianni's versions off. Okay, but Gianni scans it, so he knows. I wonder what he's going to do with this information. He sees that it like just got up too. I hope this doesn't do anything rash, because like look at this like death contain here. Of every Protoss unit is in this belt around the middle of the map.
Has Gianni even tried to go to that third beneath him?
He's finally mining it out. I think if I had to say like one thing Gianni did wrong during this game strategically is not going for this third. Like it's really easy to defend because if Protoss attacks from below, then like they have to take the base down there to attack from below. But either way, what is going on here? This is just outside of the range of the tanks. I'm not sure Gianni notices. This is a really good fight from Will.
He's looking nearby. Oh, he's moving those tanks in the back.
Yeah, I guess I mean a one tank shot. So I guess Gianni is like, oh, okay, they'll take care of it. And then they did not take care of it. So some nice vulture pickoffs from Will there. And Gianni finally getting this base set up, and he has total control of that area. Never mind, those are mines, not tanks. But regardless, like I don't think Will can bust that.
Yeah, that's a scary amount of tanks.
Will is up in upgrades with having 2 armor instead of well, Gianni only has 1 armor. And Gianni's not getting any more upgrades, while Will's gonna have 3/3.
Yeah, Gianni needs to expand, really.
Still no Stargate, and Will taking a 5th base, which is smart. I mean, he's holding this area. He has some Dark Templar out as well, and High Templar. And he did get +1 armor for the Observer. So that's kind of cute. I'm not sure it really does anything, but I like it. I like the chutzpah of it.
Oh, yeah, Gianni was kind of ambitious.
I actually think Gianni can take this fight.
He can take this fight. If
He was a little late on the siege, but he's coming in. Oh, we'll kill the mine with the goon's last breath. I wish Gianni had some SCVs though to repair.
Or like missile turrets or anything.
Yeah, or missile turrets, or even supply depots. If you make a supply depot in front of your tanks, it's so much harder for the Protoss to A-move them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Gianni might be a little ambitious. I think he's underestimating. Yeah. He has to siege. Gianni, you gotta like back up and siege, brother.
He has 4 tanks.
Crazy storm! That's 4 tanks! That storm slightly less good, but still very good. And I think those storms might win Will the game.
Yeah, I was about to say, that might be GG right there. That's crazy.
Yeah, Gianni just lost a huge fight. And I mean, funnily enough, the supply difference is... Oh, never mind. I was like, the supply difference is similar, but now Will just shot up 60 supply. So, never mind.
Yeah. That was crazy, because Will just kind of had that huge army just kind of sitting. I guess he was waiting for Gianni to try and move up or something.
Yeah, and I guess Gianni was looking away or something, but either way, he didn't handle that quite well. Gianni didn't target down the Templar, but that storm only hit 1 tank. The Science Vessel is out of position, so these Dark Templar are going to come in, the mine drag onto the tanks, and now no detection. Oh, but the mines cleaned up the Dark Templar! And Gianni scans, sees no Dark Templar, and like, that's got to be GG.
His tanks. He has 2 tanks by his main.
Yeah,
he's like mined out.
He had yeah, but he has this 3rd base. He's not mining from it yet. He's rallying these tanks, but they're not sieged. And this Templar has full energy.
Gianni's not mining at all because he's mined out, and that 3rd base.
Yeah, but look at he's not spending money either. He's fully focused on not dying. He's trying to do some SCV shenanigans. Crazy
Damn.
storm from Will. And I think,
He's
I guess
in the
Gianni
boys. Oh, never mind.
holds. The miracle hold, but it doesn't matter.
What?
He's...
Oh,
No, he had to GG
Yeah.
there. He had no...
that's crazy. How many games are they playing today?
best of 5.
Alright.
And now I'm gonna go to Discord and turn off the screen share just in case it was lagging the stream or anything, which I hope not.
Yeah, let me open up StarCraft.
But that was an kind of explosive game, explosive ending to a game, and you know that's what kind of happens, especially with players of this skill level. And the map is Eclipse, so let me pull that up. But players of this skill level, they, if they have kind of a boring early game, it's because they're gearing up to an explosive mid or late game. And we really saw that there, where like not a lot was happening in the early game, and then I just realized I didn't have the scores up, but that's okay because it was 0-0. But now Will's up 1-0.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that earlier. You know,
You're saying ready. That is funny.
Anyway, I was thinking about this earlier. Micro is just like the kind of thing where like, if you want to be like flashy, like early game, like micro is like good for like the audiences to watch, but macro is like really what like wins the game. Is to just have like what Will was doing.
Gianni's warming up his hands. He's doing the hand warm up spam. Okay. All right. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a bit. But in the top right, the green Protoss up 1 game, Will.
And the current underdog, the purple Terran, bottom left corner, Gianni, the exterminator.
Oh yeah. So I definitely think there are a handful of skills. I think there are 3 skills that you can win with if you heavily focus on them. And those are like macro, aka getting a giant army, micro, aka controlling an army really well, and game sense, aka like kind of feeling out where you are, being like, I think they have a hidden base, or like, I think they're gonna go for this. All 3 of them are important, but especially if you're learning the game, you really should focus on one. And Will is definitely an advocate for focusing on macro.
Yeah, because he just kind
funnily
of...
enough, I kind of consider him a micro player. I think he's a micro player at heart, trying to macro.
I remember...
but either way, this
YSC.
pylon placement is a little unorthodox. I think Will's probably going to do a forward gate, it looks like. And a
I was
forward...
thinking maybe he was going to set up a cannon defense.
Oh, yeah, it does actually look like he's going to do Forge and then Nexus. Forge, maybe Cannon, then Nexus.
Yeah.
Very unorthodox in this matchup, and I think Gianni's going to scout it and then
Gianni's
hopefully
up the
just
wall
go
here.
super greedy himself. If I'm Gianni and I see they have a Forge and like no gateway or anything, I know like, oh, they're not going to attack me. So I'm just going to expand and not make any Marines and just super tech. And here we go.
Imagine Will goes for like a cannon rush.
There's no way.
That'd be insane. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, and here comes the Nexus. I don't think Gianni's so focused on Will's probe here that he actually has no idea yet.
No, look at what Gianni says, CB.
Yeah, he has no idea what's going on yet. He did almost 100 damage to that Nexus, though. Oh, look at the mini-map, bro. There we go. He sees the Nexus and the Forge, and I hope he just cancels this Marine and expands.
Yeah, he's putting up cannons.
Yeah, it looks like Gianni's preparing to expand. They're just gonna play a macro, or play an economy-focused game. It looks like. I call this the William Afton play. Let's
Oh
go.
boy.
Oh, it's because Gianni's purple. He's the purple guy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This Marine is the purple guy.
You better just like keep one alive, like at the end of the game.
Okay. It looks like Will's totally fine with just one cannon, which is kind of crazy. I think one thing Gianni could do, or a Terran could do in this situation, is instead of countering with an expansion of your own, is gear up for an early push. Like, he knows Will's going to have this useless wall and cannons. I called them useless because, like, tanks outrange cannons, lol.
Yeah, like a wall of cannons is just like not a good defense. Like
Yeah, you want a few cannons for vultures and maybe drops or like wraiths if something weird is gonna happen. But like against a big Terran army, they just buy time.
Yeah, like they don't even buy that much time. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
if you want to defend against Terran, you need like dragoons and like unit like an army, not just. And the same thing goes for like Terran. Like you don't want to defend with just missile turrets.
Yeah.
Because that just kind of gets walked all over if you don't have Goliaths or anything.
It looks like Will read my playbook of counter greed with greed, but luckily Gianni wasn't as greedy as I would have been. So he does have enough to deter this probe and zealot combo. Gianni getting an eBay and a factory. So he's gearing up. I think he's a little afraid of Dark Templar, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that might be why the eBay.
And his factory is super late. But it can be, because Will can't put pressure on him right now. Like, this one zealot and probe, I mean, Gianni doesn't wall, so they can get past this bunker. It's like, why'd you put your barracks there, brother? Honestly, put it below the bunker. But, like, so the zealot and probe can run by. And Gianni sees it. Ooh. Oh, not like this, Gianni. You gotta be careful about this. He's gonna kill the probe. Nope. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Crazy. And he goes back in the bunker. That's
Man, I love seeing moves like that in Yoinky Splinky. Seeing like both players looking at the same spot, moving, like playing some footsies, and yeah, Will's backing up. He's like, I don't have range and Marines do, so even though a Zealot's way better than a Marine, the Marine will eventually win. Or the 3 Marines will eventually win.
Because that's just why, that's probably why Gianni did it, to just kind of scare Will off to show some kind of dominance over him. Because Will doesn't
Gianni,
really have...
I didn't know for sure, but I assume Gianni only saw the probe. And tried to like kill that. But either way, well done from him. He did scare them away, so he could theoretically move vultures out without running into these, which I guess he could have done before, but it's a lot easier now.
Yo, look at
taking this third.
Look at Gianni's natural mineral.
Yeah,
line.
he's missile turreting up.
Oh yeah, these are like kind of the missile turrets that I had in my games, except I put them like behind it.
And rest in peace, these two guys. You got to make a drop ship to get them out of there. Killing the pylon. Okay, yeah, LOL. This goon can't get past. I thought he was killing the egg, but I know killing the pylon. Not having cannon help, which is an L technically, but whatever. And Gianni's starting his minefields.
The new pylon finished pretty quickly, so. It didn't,
he started it before he was killing it. Alright, very
Gianni
defensive mines.
Yeah, very defensive.
I would have liked to see at least some of them. Yeah, I would have liked to see some of the mines saved for more like aggressive ones. Oh my god, this goon.
Gianni can see that.
This goon is blessed.
Yeah, that goon is so close. I mean, there's like, if the goon just walks straight through, he can go between them, which would be insane if he did. But
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like a fine line that goon would have to walk.
yeah, they're very close.
If he just, I feel like if the goon walked diagonally, it would set one off. He'd have to go down and then left. But either way, here comes the observer.
Oh.
Gianni now knows there's an observer, but he can still save these mines if he has siege mode, which I guess he doesn't. The goon took some damage, but gets a mine.
He might be researching siege because it's a machine shop spin.
I hope. It could be speed, but like, hopefully it's siege.
He would not get speed this early.
And Gianni scans the main, sees the robo, sees the spinning cyber core. But I don't think the goons have range. So that could just be, that could throw Gianni off.
Couldn't that be them getting range?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
so what is
that
the
is
core?
the cyber core does air upgrades and range. So at this point in the game, you assume that they have range, but I don't actually think Will does. And because of that, Gianni might think it's air upgrades for like carrier or something.
Sieging up. Never mind.
Oh, unlucky unsiege. The mines go off though. Oh, crazy. All right, now Gianni, you got to jump on this big boy. All right, you have the high ground.
Yeah.
Just hold this high ground. Don't get baited.
Dragoons. Look at those dragoons, like right there.
Yeah, that's like a gateway rally point Will forgot about or something. Oh, you got a siege.
Moving those vultures so
Yeah,
close.
here we go. The mines are coming down. Will gets a tank, but I don't think he's gonna win this fight. Never mind. Never mind. He's so gonna win this fight.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I still think that was a good trade from Gianni. I normally am like, you never want to lose tanks, but like 2 tanks for like, what, 5 goons? That's good. I think that's my thumbs up. And Gianni hiding a 3rd base here? Okay. Okay.
Hiding at the 3rd base where?
On the left side. Not too shabby.
Oh,
These observers are just gonna jump on it, I think. I think it saw the vultures going up there.
No, wait, look, Will's... Oh, he sees the mines.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what's going on there, but
He probably
sees those
thinks
mines.
Gianni's gearing up to take this base here. Below, like, the middle base, kind of.
Yeah, I see.
Will's banking a ton of money. Will's been hard supply blocked for so long. And what? He just now started his pylon? No, bro, this is tragic. Oh, actually, never mind. It's because he's been taking a base in the bottom right. So he had a pylon there. It's alright, folks. It's okay. He's not supply blocked anymore. And here comes a big army. Ooh, a Dark Templar in there. Okay.
Oh, boy.
I'm not
Gianni
sure it's going to do too much, but... Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to do too much, but one Dark Templar always kind of puts the fear that there could be more.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and just because of where the Observer is, I'm almost positive it scouted this 3rd. Whether Will noticed it or not, Will might have just had its shift moved. Gianni's going up to a high factory count, 6 factory. Starport just now started. He's got 2 armories. He scans, finds the 3rd.
Gianni needs to start mining from this 3rd.
Yeah.
He wants to...
Huh. Whoa.
Oh,
Huh.
big fight. Big fight about to happen. Oh, he's gonna move up.
Oh, come on, Gianni.
Oh, he's gonna move up.
Johnny, you don't have to fight up this high ground. It's Eclipse. There are a million paths. You don't have to take this fight. No, Gianni! Siege! Gianni is just getting caught, unsieged too much. He's just...
That DT is
just the DT is gonna go ham. Gianni's unsieging, and he's gonna save these tanks, at least for now. But like...
That DT killed like 3 tanks.
Yeah, I mean, it only got 1 kill, but like, without the Dark Templar, way more of those tanks would have lived. and it's
Yeah.
gonna die to these mines.
Oh my god. Yep.
This is a crazy proxy base. Gianni like forgot about it, which is tough.
Yeah, he's he's moving the SCV there. He's
Okay.
not mining, but he's making a factory. Look at Johnny's third.
Okay.
He
I
has
mean,
to
I
mine
would have
for
liked to
that.
see him queue up some SCVs at this command center, but I kind of respect the hustle of putting a factory up there. For the love of God. I think
Oh.
Gianni needs to kill this supply depot and
Oh, Will's
bunker.
about to go bust that. Will's about to go bust that third.
Yeah. Oh, the miracle mine! No way!
Oh
no!
my god! That's crazy!
Oh, that's so
that was
funny.
insane!
That's
He's
so
retreating up to
funny.
the corner.
I swear to God, I don't know if it's true or not, but mines on high ground never get hit. It takes, like, you have like a 2% chance of hitting them. Again, I don't
And
know what it is.
Will immediately scouted that corner. Look at where his. Oh,
Yeah.
he doesn't see it though.
But Gianni is going to save the command center, which is the most important part. And Gianni's really low on gas.
Oh yeah. How many people does he have mining gas?
He's probably full
what-
up, but Terran is a gas-heavy race.
Yeah, without a third, it really eats away.
Especially because
Oh.
he's getting science vessels. Those are like 200 gas a pop.
Will's moving up a control group of zealots.
Yeah, good. He needs those to really bust these. Gianni just doesn't have enough buffer.
Yeah,
Gianni, this is not the Gianni of the last game. He's not really being as aggressive with the vultures as he
his
he
tanks
could
though.
have or
Look how many
should have.
tanks he has.
Yeah,
Those
Gianni's
tanks,
army
like-
is good, but the problem is it's currently all unsieged.
Oh, true. Yes,
All right, he kills the observer though.
Like
Oh,
if he's
Gianni-
seeing
I don't
zealots,
think Gianni's gonna actually try to push up this high ground.
I think that's kind of smart though to not to like kind of like wait, you know. But, like,
yeah,
if he-
but
If he sees zealots like running into his mines, he's got a siege like
Actually,
right then
wait.
and there.
where are all of
Whoa.
Will's dragoons? Actually, I think Gianni can like be crazy bold. Where are your goons? He's got 3 goons.
I don't think he made any more ever since Gianni killed like all.
He
of them.
does have a Stargate though. But like, huh? I didn't realize just how zealot heavy this was.
Yeah, no, Gianni's moving up.
I think this is like a nice fight from Gianni. Yeah, he sees it's only zealots and he unsieges. Huh? What is Will doing?
Maybe Will just
Huh?
forgot.
Yeah, and Gianni
He's
scans
scanning.
and is like,
Oh.
whoa. Here come the goons and the Templar. He
Yeah,
does
Gianni-
see
Gianni's
the
just
Templar.
again.
Honestly, like, Gianni could dive these vultures on the Templar. The Templar are public enemy number 1. And while this fight is happening, Gianni or Will actually is checking this third with his 2 goons
How
and 2
much-
observers.
How much damage does a storm do to siege tanks?
It does the same amount of damage to everything, and I want to say it's like 110 or something.
Yeah,
So it takes
'cause, like,
2 storms to kill a tank.
Yeah, because like storms are like crazy good against like
Everything.
siege lines. Like
Oh yeah.
what?
I mean, storms are just really good against everything.
Yeah.
Gianni comes down, cleans up this area. It does look like he's going to secure a base, at least momentarily. And Will, like, needs his full army here. Because Gianni has
Yeah.
the world's deadliest siege. I mean, I think
Yeah,
he's
but
way
Gianni-
too clumped. One stasis
I
would,
think-
like, actually freeze, like, 10 tanks, which would be crazy.
Gianni just needs to expand more, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. But this expansion is going to be good to go. 2 tanks on the high ground, with some mines in front and missile turrets. It's not invincible, but if Will tries to take it, then Gianni has this big whole army to threaten a counterattack.
Yeah.
And it looks like the game is stabilizing a little.
So many mines. So many
A
mines
bit of a
outside his turret.
misscan there from Gianni. He actually only has one comsat, which you could use some more, big man. Especially because he doesn't. I don't think he knows about the base in the bottom right.
Gianni just lost his vultures, like where his army is.
Yeah.
He just has tanks and Goliath now. Wait, one of his tanks isn't sieged.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's like, whoa. And then because it's like underneath a siege tank because of like layering,
That looks
it's
so
like,
weird.
whoa, huh? These mines are coming. All right, I wonder how Gianni reacts to this. I hope he doesn't unsiege his whole line there. Okay, and it doesn't look like he is. Thankfully,
Okay.
I think he thinks and probably knows that he has enough to handle this, unless those storms are god tier. Oh, Gianni, you have to target down this Templar. And there it is! It didn't cast a single storm, and Gianni wins this fight.
Yeah, pretty easily, honestly. He lost a ton of vultures, but I don't think he
vultures
lost
are
any
expendable.
tank. Yeah, he didn't
Especially
lose any
if the
tanks.
vultures already planted their mines, you don't care about the vultures.
Yeah. That was like a crazy amount of mines, though, but I guess it worked out, because at first I thought that maybe he put too many down, but no, that
There's
ended
no
up
such
working
thing.
in his favor.
Yeah, well, because especially against Protoss and other Terrans, you have to have the mindset, and here comes an Arbiter. I think Will's going to get the God Stasis on these tanks here. Oh, Gianni, you gotta scan the army, big boy! But either way, you have to have the mindset that the mine's job is not to explode and get kills. The mine's job is to see where the army is before it attacks. Because, like, even, like, Gianni, you might be like, oh, the mines are useless, they didn't kill any goons. But because the goons had to kill the mines, it gave these, like, 6 tanks time to get in position.
Yeah.
Also, this one siege tank at the back of this high ground is kind of funny.
Gianni scans that empty base there, and he only sees 6 zealots there. So he might try and go up and take that.
I really hope Gianni scans this high ground like next to him, because like this Arbiter is kind of a huge scout. I don't think Gianni even knows that there's Stargate tech, let alone an Arbiter. Because he's using all his scans on bases, which is a good thing to do, but honestly, like, you could scout bases with a vulture.
Yeah, because like a control group of tanks and nothing else, that's only scary for so long, you know?
Oh, and Will's setting up for the flank. Probably come up this ramp. Will, this is beautiful right here. Will's setting up a big surround on this army. And this army that, like, would probably win a fight, like, a fight against this combined army, is probably going to lose because of a flank. A flank and an unscouted Arbiter.
If Will's
setting up a crazy base here. I thought I heard Gianni scan. Am I crazy? Oh, he scanned and saw this observer. He scanned the lower area.
Oh, at the top?
Yeah, at the top. And Gianni at least kind of sees this flank coming, but he has enough here to stop it.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, those tanks. I didn't know those tanks were there.
Yeah, I mean, that's Gianni's rally point.
Alright.
Okay, the goons get the vessel. Gianni doesn't have a lot of vessels, so killing them is important. Oh man, that's tough. Loses 2 goons on the way back is tough. Oh yeah, Arbiter's coming in. This is like the world's biggest stasis here. Oh, Gianni doesn't see it. Oh, Gianni sees it! Only 5 tanks, quote unquote, only 5 tanks.
Yeah,
if you stasis,
5 tanks, that's still pretty big.
You stasis 2 tanks, you're like, oh, this is a good stasis.
Oh yeah, this is. Oh, this whole army's better.
Yeah, well, Gianni is sending vultures in, but that's not enough. I don't
That
think
shit is
because
gotta
he
be
didn't scout the
gone.
Arbiter, I don't think he has EMP either.
He can't take care of that Arbiter because he doesn't have Goliaths.
Okay, he gets
Yeah,
the D-Matrix, which is nice, but there's so much DPS that
You have
the
to-
D-Matrix
just
tank
pull
just
back.
breaks instantly.
Did he just lose his vessel, or did
He did, he
pull it
did.
back? Yikes. Yeah, that was a big win for Will.
Yeah. Although these tanks now unstasis. Oh, the storm! Crazy.
Oh, they
Wait,
got a
whoa,
Dragoon.
huh?
Yeah, this Arbiter just kind of just gonna win Will the game. Honestly.
I don't know. I think Gianni's in a good enough position where he's fine. Will can't bust this. Actually, Will lost so much supply all of a sudden. It's like I blinked and Will lost 50 supply. Oh, and the EMP!
Oh,
The
I
Arbiter
think
has
Gianni-
no energy. He hit the EMP.
Will's taking it back.
He has to. The
Yeah.
Arbiter can't do. Oh, he's switching. They high-fived. They passed
Oh
the
my
baton.
god.
You know, that'd be so funny if Gianni doesn't realize and he's like, "What? I swear I EMP'd that guy."
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, Gianni scans. He sees there's like nothing. The Arbiter isn't cloaking anything either. The High Templar is honestly the biggest threat.
Yeah, and he's taking care of these goons
Mhm.
uphill.
Gianni doesn't
Will's
have enough
trying to
Goliaths
reinforce
though. He only has one. And
Yeah,
Will coming in, he's
Gianni.
gonna stasis. He gets 4 tanks and the Goliath.
The Goliath-
Another
oh,
big stasis, but actually that might be low-key good for Gianni, because it's the tanks in the front. How are Zealots ever going to get on the back line if they have to go through this stasis wall? So, like, low-key detrimental stasis, but
Doesn't
the
matter.
second one was very good. And Gianni's going to win this fight.
Yeah, he has Goliaths. He just has to bring them up.
Yeah. I mean, even so, it's like he has 3-4 Goliaths total, I think. It's like, that's still not that much. And here come the Zealots. They're gonna, like, eat shit and die on these mines. And the stasis is wearing off, too. It's like, man. Honestly, like,
Yeah, honestly,
I think this is a Gianni game.
Yeah,
Gianni
I thought,
probably
I thought-
feels like he's in a terrible position, but, like, Will's sending so much supply. And look at this! The vultures
Oh,
come
boy.
in, they're setting up mines here. Will doesn't have any observers nearby. So he's gonna take some
damn.
punishment, and we're seeing the power of 3-2 Terran. The +3
Yeah, at
attack
first
is
I thought,
crazy.
At first, I thought that the Arbiter would just kind of win the game, but Gianni responded to it pretty well, and
Yeah,
he's
and
just
Will,
kinda
look at the supply.
gonna walk forward.
And I mean, you might be going like, what do you mean Johnny's behind in supply? It's like Terran's supposed to be behind in supply. The fact that the supply count is this close is not good for Will. And Gianni scans, he sees 2 Arbiters, a whole bunch of goons, and a Templar. And
He's,
funnily enough, like, man, I really think this is gonna go to, we're gonna have at least 4 games today. The game's not over. Will still could win, but like this game is going so well that I'd be surprised that Gianni doesn't win at least 1 game if he's playing this well. So even if it's not this game, which I think he's favored in, he has to win one of them, you know?
Yeah, he responded really well. Looks like Will's kind of avoiding his army.
He has to.
Oh, that
Will
was
has
such
to
a bad
set up a
scan.
surround here. And Gianni's not. Oh, the EMP comes down on the Arbiter, which is very good. Gianni wasn't stasis or wasn't siege, but here it comes now, and like Will can't take this fight. Okay,
all these
I
goons
think
are better.
Will has to come in from both sides. He can't just let these tanks pick away all those goons like that. And another Arbiter comes in. It's going to get a pretty good EMP. Hopefully it's on the back line. You want to EMP the back line. Oh my god.
Oh,
That is
God.
the single
That's
greatest stasis I've ever seen in my entire life. Like,
damn,
what?
Will's probably like jumping up and down with joy
Yeah,
after
honestly
that.
true.
Oh, Gianni has to reinforce it with these tanks up the
But
ramp.
wait, this isn't enough. This stasis isn't enough. Look at the supply.
Oh my
Well,
god!
actually,
it's like
crazy
perfect.
storms there. Will's gonna clear all those tanks. What is going
That's
on?
insane. That was insane.
Gianni's still gonna win this fight. Oh my god!
That's
this
insane.
Is crazy.
Wait,
no way.
that was like the best comeback you could have had, and he's still. Oh man,
that was
that's
crazy.
insane.
And Will's money is so high because he's just been perpetually maxed. I mean, he doesn't have enough gateways to re-max as fast as he needs to. Gianni's scanning. He sees nothing. He's gonna cut the main off. And all of Will's production is in his main. Okay, a decent storm. It wasn't super good, but it at least got like a vulture and damaged 2 others. Oh my god, I can't believe how far that Templar went. That storm is crazy.
Gianni needs to reinforce his army though, or else it's not gonna last very long.
Gianni needs to reinforce and expand. I think the one way Will can win is to just hold. Gianni, because and there he is, he's expanding. This is what we like to see. But because like Gianni is so all low on money, at least compared to Will, a decent stasis. Actually, Will could jump on this now. Oh, not like that. He has to move in with everything. Here we go. If Gianni targets down, okay, a decent storm.
No, I think Will wins this. Yeah,
Will wins this. Okay, that's a pretty good storm, all things considered. And yeah, so here's the question: is Gianni gonna try to save with stasis, or is he gonna kind of give up on it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he can really save it because those goons are like right on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not getting saved.
Yeah, no way. At least he gets he's moving to try. And no, it doesn't. It looks like they got a goon. They got like the what's the word? Like the participation goon.
Johnny is sieging up here to try and take back the position he had earlier in the game, but I don't know.
Luckily, Gianni still has this one high ground. If he had to push up 2 high grounds, then he'd be in big trouble. But because he still has one, he's all right. And actually, funnily enough, even though Gianni was being so cost effective, Will was able to mine from way more bases. Oh, carriers! No way!
Oh my god, and they're cloaked! And they're cloaked!
So he doesn't have the interceptor capacity upgrade. So these 2 carriers are... Okay, now he has it. Never mind. So he's going up to 5 carriers. But crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, Johnny's not gonna see that unless he scans.
Yeah.
He doesn't, because Johnny doesn't have the Goliath count for that, honestly.
Yeah, he has a decent amount of Goliaths. He finally scans that base in the bottom right, sees it's mined out, and he's like, oh. Uh-oh.
He just knows that's been there forever.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst. When someone has a base that you don't know about, and you find it after it's mined out, that's like, oh. Not like this.
These carriers are revealing themselves, and yeah, it's all gonna go down here.
He EMPs the carriers, which is nice. I think he should dematrix some of the Goliaths. I think Will moved in a little too early. Yeah, he kind of loses a carrier for nothing. Yeah, Michael, let's not forget, these Goliaths are 3/3, and the carriers only have +1 armor. So this is kind of why you can't really tech switch as well in games like StarCraft and StarCraft 2 as you could in other RTS games, because Will's ground army has 3/3 upgrades. He spent all game getting these upgrades. His carriers don't have any upgrades. It's going to be a long time, and he's not even researching any. So yes, these carriers can be good, but it's going to be a long time before they're as good as they could have been. And Gianni knows about this base, and he's going to smack it.
Damn.
Will doesn't have the map control to defend both this base and his the base next to it. Although, oh my god, the amount of probes on the base next to it is crazy. Wait, Will's mined out. He's mining from 2 bases, and one of them is this base Gianni's about to knock down. They're actually kind of effectively on even base count, funnily enough.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Oh, Will's gonna recall to try to save this. But I don't know if you want to recall on top of this.
Oh,
Okay,
those vultures.
he's gonna
Oh,
stasis
man.
and then recall, I think. Oh, he just recalls on top of this. Oh, that was actually a huge recall.
My God.
No skill. No way.
That's
no
insane.
Way. Crazy.
That's great.
The assault is palpable. No way. Honestly, I think
didn't even
Gianni
know.
should go for a base trade. Low key.
I didn't even know arbiters did that. Because I've never seen arbiters before. I didn't know they could do that.
That's one of the big things about Arbiter, is recall.
They could just teleport armies.
Yes. Pressing recall, bro, the assault is
Damn.
palpable. No way.
Damn.
Gianni is like winning constantly, constantly winning despite being down on supply and army count and getting hit with the world's greatest spells, and then he's like, no skill. Recall must be so hard to hit. Like, that's so funny. Oh man. And the funny thing is, it's like, I
Gianni
think,
might lose here.
no, actually, Gianni I think can still win a fight. He just has to transfer. He has to rotate. Or is that scan? He scanned the base. There's still 3 vultures there. Is the Arbiter gonna get... The Arbiter has 3 kills! Let's go! Oh, Gianni's mined out. Gianni's officially mined out. Well, no, he's mining from this base that's actively being hit by carriers. Dragoon under citizen's arrest. It's taking so little damage because it has 3 armor. It's like, whoa. Or plus 3 armor, it's like, whoa.
Citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Honestly, I hope Gianni doesn't GG, because I still think this is super winnable.
He just has to lock in a little bit.
He does have to lock in. His Goliath count isn't super high, but it doesn't need to be. I think he's really overestimating these carriers because they have no upgrades. I wish Gianni would click on them to look at the upgrades. He at least scans the high ground. He's doing the GG scans. And I call them the GG scans because every Terran does it, or every Terran should do this. Where, like, if they're thinking of tapping out, they're like, well, I might as well use all of my scans. And he sees, like, actually, like, he's like, oh, maybe I can win a base trade. And he's going to go for it.
Yeah, he's going
but,
for it.
But, like, he can't... Okay, good. I'm glad he's not just A-moving. That storm was pretty good, but Gianni, I still think, is going to win this fight. Maybe not. Oh, come on, Gianni, you got to siege again.
Oh, those zealots.
Yeah, the zealots are coming in. I don't think Gianni can win this fight.
He's not winning this. Damn. Look at the supply difference.
Crazy. Yeah, and there's the GG. Honestly, crazy game.
Man.
That was I think the closest game we had in Yoinky Spoinky.
Yeah, because like that was like in Gianni's favor for a while.
Yeah, well, it was in Will's favor for a while, and then the mid game, and Gianni had these crazy pushes. Honestly, that recall, I think Gianni needed to give up the middle to defend the recall, or at least move the Goliaths, because he had enough Goliaths to kill the carriers, but he didn't send them in.
Yeah, that recall kind of turned the game around a little bit.
I think Gianni kind of lost because he really overestimated the carriers.
Yeah.
Alright, next
That was
game
still a great game, though.
Fighting Spirit.
Before we start the next game, is there another person who could come commentate in a bit? Because I do have work in 30 minutes.
30 minutes? We'll be done by then. No, if anyone wants to commentate, hit us up. Otherwise, I can probably solo cast to the end.
Why is Will on the... Oh, there we go.
I don't know. Man, that was so close. That was crazy.
Yeah. So, game 3.
Yeah, game 3.
So,
Will is currently up 2-0. He's on match point.
yeah. So, if Will wins this, that's the end of the semifinals. Gianni is eliminated from the tournament, and we are going on...
They're in a respectable 3rd place.
Very respectable 3rd place.
And honestly, like... I can't believe Will kind of won that game. He clutched that out so close, like it was so close.
Yeah.
But anyway, Gianni, hopefully not tilted, in the top right. He's got 1 life left. The purple Terran Gianni.
And in the bottom left corner, we have, I think it's, what color is it exactly? Is it just green, or
I think
is it
it's
like
just green.
We have the green Protoss, currently on match point, winning the game 2-0, but still not over yet. Dankadox or Will.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, honestly,
you know,
if anything, that game, like, Will won, but that showed me, like, Gianni so has the skill to be there, to win. If they played that game 100 times...
Probe?
Oh, no, I was looking at Gianni's base. But if they played that game 100 times, it would go a different way every single time.
Yeah. Will had a probe, like, before he had enough for a pylon, he had a probe just going in a little circle.
Oh, nice.
Gianni's
going first two. He's doing a BBS. He's on 8 supply. He's doing double 8 racks in the center.
Oh yeah, cause look at his mineral count.
Yeah.
Oh man, in the center. I don't know. Is the center a good spot for that?
It depends. There are risky spots. Like if he wanted, he could kind of gamble and do it in the mid left. But the thing is, if you do it in the mid left and Will's in the bottom right, it's just like you lose. You know.
Oh, true.
So the center is the safest place to do it. And Will's doing a standard opener. So I think it all depends on how greedy Will goes. If he if he cross scouts and sees it, then I think he wins. But Gianni is willing to gamble his life. Which,
oh my god, look at Will! Wait, Will's doing like the same thing!
Oh, come on. Not like this. Not like this. No.
Oh, that's tragic.
No, not like
that's
this.
Tragic.
No.
Oh, that's
Will's not
tragic.
Looking. Will's not looking.
What?
Not like this.
Wait, so how is Gianni gonna react to that? Oh, Gianni's moving his SCVs away.
Yeah.
Wait.
Will now notices. He goes, yikes. Yeah. Not like this. Cybernetics core coming down. That's kind of the right response. Dragoons shut down Marines pretty well. But Gianni, at least, I don't know, he susses out that Will's in the bottom left, because probably that was the direction the probe came from. He could probably assume. And I wonder how he's going to play it. He's probably going to start a bunker, like kind of a fallback bunker on the high ground, or maybe even on the low ground. He's coming in. He has 4 Marines and 2 SCVs. That's a decent amount. Will has to. I don't think Will can hold the ramp like this. Another 4.
Yes,
those are more SCVs. Okay.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I like the move. Oh, and the SCVs. The SCV's super blocking for the Marine.
Crazy.
So Gianni has to jump on this gateway pretty much. Yeah, he had to be prepared to kill the Zealot as it comes out. He has to get SCVs in between the Zealots and the Marines. His micro's not super good. He gets a surround on the Zealot. The Marines are going down to probes. He still has one Marine.
Down to 1 Marine.
Will's diving on the Marine. He gets the Marine. But
that's kind of a big loss.
2 more. Will says he's morbidly obese, but there are 2 more Marines on the way. The Zealot out. Gianni still has enough SCVs here to hold.
Oh man!
It's not over for Gianni. He can kill the Zealot. It's going to be a long time before the next Zealot.
Gianni's really committing to this.
Gianni's got to make a bunker.
At this point, Gianni lost so many SCVs that if this doesn't work, that's GG right there.
Because of the build, if this doesn't work, it's GG. But I think Gianni has it. Will's not mining minerals anymore. Uh-oh, chat, am I cooked? I think Will is cooked. A clutch?
Yeah, there goes the probes.
Yeah, and he makes a last resort cannon, but honestly, Gianni has the DPS to kill this before it finishes. Or just to ignore it and go for the
that's insane.
Crazy.
That's kind of savage.
Okay,
ignore it.
Alright, so Gianni gets a game. Yeah, Will GG's,
Man.
but doesn't. He goes, wait. He goes,
Wait.
GG, wait. The PM.
If he turns this around, that would be insane. That's insane.
He goes, GG, wait. No way, that's crazy. But, like, I don't think he knows Gianni has 5 more Marines inbound.
Oh my
He
god.
goes, GG,
A lone hero.
wait. That's so funny. Oh, man. Honestly,
Yikes.
like, it could low-key be against tournament rules to fake GG, but, like, I don't care. Yeah. Oh, crazy.
I don't even think that was like a fake GG.
Yeah, I don't think it was either. I'm okay with the
Yikes.
GG wait, but, like, man, that was kind of crazy. Alright, now the next map, and now it's time to be a little worried for Gianni again. Because the next map is the only Blue Storm.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, and I'll update the scores on the screen in just a bit, setting the game up and going to the observers and whatnot.
I think didn't I play like 1 game on this?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Alright. Man, crazy series so far. But here we are, game 4.
Insane.
Oh, hate for Blue Storm in the chat? Come on, it's not that bad. Just kidding, it's my least favorite map. Alrighty, let's rock and roll. So I wonder how Gianni's gonna play this one. Because, like, I think this is a tough map for Terran. But we'll talk about that in just a little bit. First, some love for Blue Storm in the chat. You'll love to see that. But in the bottom left, he's still on his tournament life, but at least he's now up 1 game. The first step of the reverse sweep, we have the purple Terran, Gianni. And shenanigans already from the green Protoss in the top right, we have Will. It looks like this is going to be another quick game. Whether Will wins or loses, you don't send out one of your first probes and go into a long game.
Oh,
and he's gonna do it in the main. Well, because look, the main is so big that he's just gonna proxy gates here.
Damn.
It'd be crazy if Gianni actually scouted his main. That'd be so wild.
No, he's making a
Oh shoot! Shoot the screen! You're right. Oh man, you saved me. You saved me, Amy. Oh my goodness.
Wait, what happened?
No, I didn't have the StarCraft up. But we didn't. Oh no, God. Gianni's sending out 2 SCVs. They're proxying each other.
Oh my God!
But but here's the thing.
What is he doing?
Gianni wins a proxy war because he can lift up his command center, and Will can't lift up his nexus.
Oh man! So this is just anyone's game.
Gianni actually wins.
They're gonna see each other here.
Proxy.
They're gonna see each other here.
Actually,
Gianni
no.
sees that probe.
But the probe doesn't see because Gianni's on high ground.
Oh my God!
And Will hasn't built anything yet. Will hasn't built anything yet, but Gianni's going for double barracks twice in a row. That's crazy. But either way, Will's gonna come in, see no supply depot, and know Gianni's up to something.
Wait, yeah, Will's going for gateway at his main. So what is this probe doing here then?
The supply depot started. Honestly, like, I don't know, but either way, Will knows something is up. I think this is also a fake. This pylon's a fake. Gianni kills the. Wait, what if it's not? The second probe comes in for the alley-oop to put cannons in.
Oh my
That'd be
God!
So wild.
Wait,
the second probe comes in for the
craziest shit ever.
Is he gonna make a shield battery?
No.
Is he gonna make a shield battery on the pylon? Gianni's pulling so many workers to scare this off. He knows he can't let this probe build anything. What is going on in this match? Oh,
this is the funniest match.
It's cannons. He has a forge. Gianni is not mining. He's all in on killing this. Oh my God!
He's going. Oh no! That cannon is gonna be torn down.
No, that's a pylon. It's a pylon.
What?
Oh my God!
Well,
Gianni's lifting
my God! Insane!
No, Gianni's abandoning.
That's insane! Oh my god! I don't
What
even
is
know.
happening?
What
Gianni's
would you even
abandoning. What?
Would you even call that a cannon rush? What even was that?
I don't know, but Gianni's out of there.
That was beautiful.
But Will has a cannon in his main. He's going for 2 cannons in his main. So even though we have the world's craziest liftoff, Gianni's trying to fight back to retake this mineral field. He's gonna take some losses on the cannon. He loses 2 SCVs. He's like sunk cost fallacy, not this today, and pulls back.
This is going to lead into like the most naked mid game like ever seen.
I think Gianni's in a real tough spot though, because he can't bust Will. Will has 2 cannons. Although he can run around and shoot the mineral line. So he can actually deny Will from mining, but he can't kill Will. He sees the cannons. I hope he goes for the alley-oop. Oh, not like this. I hope he runs down and tries to go for the mineral line. But, he tries to go up and around.
Those cannons pick off the Marines.
Oh, man. And we just had the most explosive 4.5 minute game in the world.
That might be the craziest game I've ever witnessed. I'm so happy I came in to commentate today.
Oh my goodness. Alright, well,
Man.
let's let's pull in them for a post-game interview, and we'll start with the winner, Will, and we're going to move him into commentators. He's deafened.
How you
Hello,
doing?
William.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Some crazy games today.
Indeed,
So-
some wacky games.
For the Blue Storm game, I noticed like you were kind of content just staying on 2 bases or 3 bases for a long time.
On
Were
Blue
you
Storm?
worried? Or on Optimizer? Sorry.
On Optimizer, I kept looking for bases, and I was like, I was like 90% sure he was on 2, and I can't remember how well I was spending my money, but I was like, alright, if I need a 4th, I can take one relatively quickly. I'm not going to rush to one. So that was kind of my thought process for Blue Storm, or Optimizer.
Okay.
So-
okay.
On Fighting Spirit, did you just know to scout with multiple probes?
No, actually, I was also going to do a cheese build on Fighting Spirit.
Oh my god.
Or you play standard, but I scouted late, so I was like, let me just check mid.
What was you did the GG wait. What was the logic? What made you go wait?
A zealot popped out.
Okay, alright, just that
How's it
simple?
go?
That simple?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt,
on
with the hero, that's
Eclipse.
all it was.
Yeah, on Eclipse. Honestly, how close? Like, at a point in that game, were you thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose" in the Eclipse game?
In the Eclipse game, I was like, oh, I might lose here, but I have spellcasters, so...
Yeah, bro, it must be nice being able to shut down an entire army with one button press.
Gianni, bro, hold on. We're gonna get to your interviews in just a bit. Gianni. Let's finish this up.
I'm playing.
Well, on Blue Storm, you sent one of your first probes into Gianni's main. Did you know what you were planning at that time, or were you kind of just like, well, I'll just have it like
Mind games.
Okay.
Mind games.
Okay. All right. And now here you are in the grand finals. Did you expect to make it this far?
I kind of did, I have to say.
Okay.
I kind of did expect to make it this far.
Are you looking forward to the grand finals?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Kind of. Alright.
Alright, and now Gianni, honestly, game 1, I'm just kind of curious, what was on Optimizer, there's a base, like your natural has two sets of minerals, and there's a base on the other side of the bottom minerals for you. Why didn't you, like, was there a reason that you didn't take that base, or did you kind of just like forget about it?
I just forgot.
Yeah, that's fair. Optimizer isn't played very much, and it's kind of weird. So that's
kind
what
of P-sided.
Your P-sided is
Optimize? Actually, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of... It suits, in my opinion, it kind of suits your playstyle, Gianni, because you can have 3 bases on 1 choke point.
Yeah, and Terran gets a lot of gas.
That's
a lot
true.
of tanks.
That's true.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have to go to work now. But
all right.
Great gaming, great games, both of you. You both did really, really well.
Yeah, those honestly, the last 3 games were so close. They were incredible.
I'm happy that I was here to commentate for it, because those were very excellent games. All right, so Will, wish you luck in the grand finals. See you later. Bye bye.
Yeah. So Gianni, in on Eclipse, was there a point where you were kind of like, wait, I think I can just win the game?
There was a few moments like that, but I realized that I should have pushed to try and take out the expansions more, rather than just take ground and only make more bases with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was good to have map control. It kind of made it like something that needed to be addressed. There were several times where I'm like, well, I could move here, and then I'm like, all right, but
I mean, honestly, I was so impressed because Will was getting like God stasises and God storms, and it just didn't matter. It felt like the Gianni 2-3 mech army was unstoppable. And honestly, like, I think you kind of gave the carriers too much credit. They didn't have any upgrades, so like, you had enough. In my opinion, you had enough.
No, I realized that the carriers weren't too much of a threat. I actually knew that at the time. Because I like when the carriers even first showed up, I just EMP'd them and scared them away with Goliaths. So I kind of knew that they weren't much of the threat. Really, it's the Arbiters that are the big threat. But yeah, I realized that in the Eclipse game, I really should have pushed to like try and attack more expansions.
Yeah,
but
mine out of 4 bases.
But it's hard to move around the map.
Yeah,
it kind of is.
As Terran, it's so
especially
hard. It's so
Terran.
slow, and there's observers everywhere. Protoss is always gonna know.
What was the? So you did the double barracks in the middle of the map on Fighting Spirit. Why did you decide to do it again on Blue Storm?
If I'm being honest, I kind of realized I'm probably not gonna win a standard game. I lost 2 standard games. I'm probably not gonna win I'm probably not gonna win one at this point. So I figured I'd just try and do some kind of all in, and I did kind of just throw one together in the last bit there.
Okay.
Even though I was pretty sure it wasn't gonna work, it was all I could think of.
Well, I don't know. I think on Blue Storm, yeah, maybe you can't win a standard game because like that map's crazy. But like honestly, if anything, that Eclipse game, I think you should. The takeaway shouldn't have been, oh, I can't win a standard game. It should have been like, oh, I was so close. I definitely think if we play another game like that, I could win. Because like honestly, you really could have won. And like I'm not saying that to kind of rub it in. It's like that was a super close match. We had some.
It was not an easy match to play.
We had a lot of excitement in the chat, and like honestly, you should hold your head up high.
Word, appreciated. No, I kind of figured it was close because I did push for more bases, but
I think
I realized I really should have pushed to target more expansions instead of just taking ground and not really going enough on the offensive.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's also so hard when like I don't know, like Will, how many gateways did you have in your base towards the end of that game in Eclipse?
Not enough.
Probably
not enough, frankly. Like
what?
10.
How many? Like 10?
I think 10. I don't know.
Because also the problem is like even if I get to your main, like Zella, like Protoss units pop out of the gateways and they're ready to go.
Well, that's why you don't kill them.
You have a whole control group.
That's why you don't kill the main.
It's not quite the same for Terran.
you siege outside the natural, and then send like 2 tanks and like 3 vultures to every other base to kill it. Because if you're sieging the natural, they can't just walk their army to fight it. I don't know if anyone in the chat has any questions. Now is the time. But honestly, I think that Eclipse game was probably the closest game in Yoinky Splinky history.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Was it really that close, though?
Yes. At least I think so. It was crazy. Because it felt like Gianni just couldn't lose a fight. So it's like, whoa. But the reinforcements of Will, as Gianni got closer and closer to his base, came faster and faster as like the distance got shorter. But I don't know. I think that's it. I'm still gonna give it a little time for the stream delay if anyone in the chat has questions. But if there aren't any, then the next stream is the grand finals next
YSC
Saturday. Me versus Will, a best of 5.
Yeah.
And
With completely different maps chosen by you, the players, in a straw poll.
that'd be wild. But I don't know. All right. So I guess that's gonna be it for the stream. You guys have any last words?
Must be nice.
You're a tough opponent, Gianni.
Must be
Give
nice
yourself
being
more
able to teleport an entire army across the map with one button press.
Bro, it
Whoa,
must be
whoa, whoa.
nice
We're
having
not
the
ending
world's craziest spells and then still losing fights. Getting like stasising 6 tanks and then still losing because tanks and vultures are OP.
Now, Terran players, when Protoss doesn't use only 2 units the entire game.
True. Terran players, when the Protoss has like actually ChatGPT scripts on like the world's best spells, still loses a fight, and it's like, I sleep. But then Terran players, when the Protoss gets a god flank, it's like, real shit? How dare you?
How dare they A-move?
Yeah, how dare they recall?
Anyway, we're getting into the
A move race.
A move raise with the amount of spells he was casting. Alright, we're ending it there.
Okay.
See ya later.